Hello students, good morning to all of you. Today I will teach you in science of chapter 11 motion and measurement. Motion means the phenomenon in which an object changes its position over time. Motion means the phenomenon of an object which changes its position over time. And measurement is the assignment of a number to a characteristics of an object compared with other objects. Okay. So in this lesson we will try to know the term measurement, units of measurement, tools for measurement, measurement of length, motion and types of motion. So we will try to know one by one. Clear? So guys, please all of you listen carefully. As we know that we travel from one place to other. In ancient times also man traveled from one place to another in search of food to protect himself from the harsh climatic conditions or wild animals. However, due to lack of any means of transportation, he would travel on foot. Means on that time there is no any such types of transportation. That's why he would travel on their foot. Clear? As the time passed, he began to tame animals and used them for carrying goods and himself. As the time passed, they began to tame animals and used them from carrying goods and himself. Men living near rivers found that wood floats on water. He started making rafts by binding tree trunks together or carving out of a cavity in big trunks to make simple boats. A revolution in transportation came with the invention of wheel. Man was required to take measurements for making various tools or to gauge the distance traveled by him. Since he did not have sophisticated tools, he used very simple tools which were mostly derived from body parts. In ancient time, the man did not have sophisticated tools, means knowledgeable tools. In other words, you can say artificial tools. They didn't have sophisticated means artificial tools, so he used very simple tools which were mostly derived from body parts. But nowadays we use very advanced tools for measurements and vehicles for transportation. Nowadays we use very advanced tools for measurement and vehicles. We use different types of vehicles for transportation like aeroplanes, buses, trains, cars, whatever. So guys, let us learn about motion and measurement in this chapter. Here measurements are an integral part of our daily lives. Imagine shops having shoes in only one size for everyone. You would never find one that fit for your feet. Suppose that shops having only one size of shoes for everyone, then you would never find one that fits your feet. This is exactly what happens when there are no measurements. Therefore, shoe factories make shoes of different size based on different foot size. Similarly, a fruit seller sets a certain price for a fixed weight or number of fruits so that everyone has to pay equally to get a certain number of fruits. So we require measurements because measurements help us bring uniformity to everyday things and help us to be precise. That means used to suitable, we use the measurement to suitable for paying the values of things. Okay, so you usually come across comments from your friends like, my pencil is longer than yours, I am taller than you, an elephant is heavier than a horse, a football is larger than a tennis ball, in winter the days are shorter than the nights. You all have come across comments. So all these cases we compare one quantity with the other quantity of the same type. That means the comparison of one quantity with another standard quantity of the same kind is called measurement. Clear? Now we will learn units of measurement. Second term, units of measurement. Look at here. A unit is a standard quantity in relation to which other quantities are measured. A unit is a standard quantity in relation to which other quantities are measured. Early men used body parts to measure things. Why? Because they have no any sophisticated tools. That means no any knowledgeable tools. In other words, they have no any artificial tools. So they used body parts to measure things. For example, Egyptians used the length of forearm starting from the elbow to middle finger's tip as a standard unit to measure length. It was named as cubit. Look at here. This is the tools of cubit to measuring the length. Okay. And second, hand span. Hand span means the distance between the tip of the thumb and the tip of the little finger of a stretched palm of hand. Okay, was also used to measure length. But in Vedic period, Indians used hand cubit. Hand cubit means width of hand fingers to measure length for different purposes. Romans used anasia. Anasia means the width of thumb. Look at here. As a measure of length. Clear? And next, foot. Foot means length of a foot. Was also used to measure length, but it was found that these measurements varied from person to person and were not quite accurate and reliable. That means they are not suitable for measuring the length. Okay, so a unit which does not change according to a person or place is called a standard unit. That means all these units are not suitable for measuring the length. We require a suitable, that means a standard unit which does not change according to a person or place. Okay, so a standard unit is also called International System of Unit, SI, or metric system. Metric system means system originated in France in 1790. The standard unit of measurement for the three basic physical quantities in this system are as given below. Here, physical quantity, that means when we have to measure the length of any object, we use standard metric unit meter, symbol is m. And mass means weight, we use kilogram, standard unit kilogram, symbol kg. And time we can use standard metric unit second, means yes. Okay, so this system of measurement is also known as the MKS, meter kilogram second system. Is that clear? I hope you all have understood by this Shift Speak. And please, all of you, write down all difficult words and learn properly. And next topic we will explain tomorrow. Okay, that's all. Thank you.